Hi everyone. I've been seeing a bunch of these videos that's claiming Carnival Cruise Lines is racist because they won't allow rap music to be played. And they're claiming that's racist because of the only people who listen to it. It's not only black people that listen to rap music. There is a good number of white people who listen to it too. The problem is when people hear rap music, they tend to want to get a little wild, raunchy, disturbing everybody else's peace, twerking. People who go on these cruises don't want to see that shit. Now, that shit's allowed in a club. Do it in a club. No. It seems like every time, since she wants to bring up black people, I will bring up black people. Whenever you tell a black person they're not allowed to do something, they'll either start trouble or do it and say, I dare you to do something. Case in point, Carmelo Anthony. This woman even says they don't allow you to bring your speakers there so you can listen to your music. That's why we have headphones, so we don't disturb other people with our music. And I've got a feeling in Carnival's dining areas, they might already have some kind of music playing. People go to these dining areas to do what? Eat, have a nice conversation? No, they have to put up with rowdy people opening up their mouths going, whoa! Yeah! Yeah! And shaking their twats and asses all over the place? No. I've seen several videos on this, and it's all the same thing. Black women opening up their mouths. I haven't seen one black guy open up their mouths about this. You want to go act like a dirty piece of trash? Do that in your own house. The rest of the public doesn't have to deal with that shit. They don't. When you go on a cruise, you pay your money, and there are still rules you have to follow. Now, these pieces of trash will say, oh no, if I pay my money, I get to do what I want. Really? When you tell a guy $50 and I'll fuck you, do they have the right to smash your head into the fucking wall? They paid for you. And I'm not saying all black women are hookers. No, 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 no. But it's the same concept. You paid, so you should be able to do whatever the fuck you want. Your landlord bought and paid for the building you live in. You rent it. He paid and pays a lot more money than you do. Should he be allowed to walk into your apartment and do whatever the fuck he wants to it whenever he wants? No, that's different. That's different. No, it's not. No, it's not. I even heard one black guy do a video about this saying, look, At first, they started saying the high prices were racist. So the prices got lowered, and then the trash came on, and this is what they do. Um, Rap music was not allowed because some people get too rowdy with it. I'm sure they're not playing War or Princess Peng or even The Great Cat. I'm sure they're not playing that either. Probably for the same reasons. Music does affect us mentally. It's like you go to the doctor's office, they usually have on like light FM stations, light music stations, soft rock, because they want to keep people calm. No. And who's the main one doing complaining? Black women. Black women don't know how to shut up and count their blessings. You pay money, you go on a cruise, you're away from your kids, you get to look at the ocean, you get to calm down from your hectic life. No, they want to go and act like hooers and pieces of trash, and they should be allowed to get away with it because it's their culture. And whenever white people say, well, there's more to black people, especially black women, than that, we're called racist. Why? Because we're giving them the benefit of the doubt that they're actually human beings and know how to conduct themselves appropriately? Nope. And look what it says on the top of this video. Carnival Cruise Line does not like colored people. No, they like black people, brown people. They don't like the bullshit you pull. And it's mostly black women. They want to shake their ass and twat all over the place. Why? So guys might fuck them, especially white guys, to get that good hair and all this other bullshit they've come up with the sayings for? Why don't black people get together and make their own cruise line and say white people are not allowed? That cruise line will be shut down within a week because they will destroy it from the inside out. Most of the videos on World Star Hip Hop are black women going nuts. Black women feel like they don't have rights. People are racist. The whole world is against them. Bitch, what the fuck is on your eyelids? What the fuck is on your head? Why are you allowed to open your mouth and say the things you're saying, and white people aren't breaking down your door, killing you for what you've said? Why? These are not rhetorical questions. Why? Because you're not fucking oppressed. If you cause trouble where you go, you're the problem. How many videos have we seen about Walmart? Black women acting up. There's this guy named Tommy Sotomayor. Him and his daughter were going shopping one day. He pulled into the parking lot of one store and she said, no, go to the white one. There's too much trouble here at the black one. And she's black. Even black people know there's a problem. No, but they're cooning. They're doing things for the white man. Well, guess what? If it wasn't for the white man's laws, this bitch would have been dragged out of her house and hung. White man's laws are protecting her to where she has freedom of speech and can say this stupid shit. But no, white man's laws don't apply to me. Yeah, only when you want them to, hypocrite. And oh, white people, they took another thing from us, black fatigue. Black people have the black fatigue from black people as well. And there's no reason for it. Well, let's watch this video.
Not like black people, and they don't want black people taking their cruises. Okay, it started off with the speakers telling people that they can't bring speakers no more. Why would you not want people to be able to bring speakers and listen to their own music?
Because you're making everybody else listening to your own music. And you feel that's perfectly fine. But everybody else doesn't feel perfectly fine for that. You don't have the right to ram your shit down other people's throats, but you feel you do. And it can cause fights, especially when black women feel like they're being told there's something they can't do. You don't have headphones? Put your headphones on if you want to listen to your shit. And don't sing too loud because you don't have to disturb other people. And no, bitch, not just white people. And if Carnival didn't want black people on their cruise line, maybe they should jack up the fucking prices again. So you poor, whatever the words are, your paupers, you shouldn't be allowed to get on there with your money. They're not doing that. They are happy to take your money, but they expect you to act in a certain way, like a human being who's around other human beings. You don't know how to? Stay away. There's a fucking gated community. The videos are going all over the place now. Black people are breaking in, using the pool, doing drugs, prostitution, gang violence, all this other shit. And the people who actually pay for that security can't enjoy their pool because black people keep coming in. Well, why are black people locked out? Because you don't belong there. You don't live there. You're not paying rent there. And you're ruining the area for the people who do pay for it. But nope, you can't tell them you're not allowed. Motherfuckers, yous aren't allowed in my house. Neither are white people. Only the people I allow in my home are allowed in my home. That's reasonable. Just like it's reasonable. This bitch on the screen right here don't want 50 billion people traipsing through her fucking house, ruining shit as they go. Because it's not their shit, it's her shit. She wouldn't be that happy. But no, I need to watch what I say because I'm white. Fuck you. Would she like it if people, even black people, walked into her house right now, took her phone and did whatever they wanted with it and broke it and said, oh, well, it's not mine? That's hers and a lot of these other women's attitudes. And I haven't seen not one black guy open up their mouth about this. Not one. Not one is complaining. It's black women who feel like they're still getting the short end of the stick. But keep talking, exercise your freedom of speech, and then still turn around and say, yo, oppressed.
Anyway, now Carnival has banned rap music on their cruises. Now, I've been seeing little posts here and there the last couple of days that Carnival is not playing rap music in the clubs no more. But this morning, I actually saw a video of somebody in the club. There was nobody on the dance floor, and they were literally playing soca music. And the caption was like how they asked the DJ if the DJ could play some rap music in the club, and the DJ let them know that they're not allowed to play rap music anymore. So they put on soca. Now, y'all tell me, a place that does not allow rap music and rap music only, no other type of music is not allowed to be played but rap music. Y'all, please tell me, what is the demographic of people that they're trying to keep away? And Carnival, y'all.
They're not trying to keep you away because they're letting you in. Look at that store. I forget the name of it. But a song came on and all the black women started twerking, doing splits on the floor, bending over so far they were actually shaking their twats, not their asses. And that was a store. Oh, well, we got turned up. Well, it's a store. You're not supposed to get turned up there. Oh, well, when the feeling just comes over us, and no, bitch, then you weren't taught right. So somebody needs to go back in time and smack your mother and smack your grandmother for raising yous to be a bunch of fucking little hooas. You go in a store, they're putting music on to entertain you while you're shopping or whatever. You decide that's time to go thumping your twat all over the floor. Oh, well, this is part of our culture. No, it's not. You want to talk about cultural appropriation? The whoa white bitches in the South were doing this shit. The whoa white bitches. So whoa black bitches copied it and they're loving it. They have freedom to do it. And you wonder why guys don't want to marry you? They don't want to go through this bullshit of every time they turn around, you're screaming about some racial injustice. The fact that this woman here is opening up her mouth at all and she's allowed to get away with it shows there's no oppression. I don't want to hear, well, you don't go through it. We go through it every day. Bull. Bull. What did you do to cause your shit? To cause your problems? Absolutely nothing.
Y'all some nerd because y'all are mad dirty, y'all mad cheap, y'all mad ghetto. Every time I see a video of Carnival, the stairways is all rusty. Y'all got a whole document.
And who does that? People who go on board and don't treat that place like it's their home. You don't want things like that happening in your home. Oh, you're mad dirty. You're mad this. You're mad that. Why are people doing that? Because if they didn't allow anyone, black, white, or whatever, on their ships would look pristine. It's unbelievable. The sense of entitlement people have, but they won't take no responsibility, no accountability for their part in shit.
Documentary out here about how y'all ships be catching on fire and shit mixed with piss all on the walls, all on the floors, and y'all got beef with rap music. I think y'all have bigger fish to fry. And it's so crazy because I've never been on a cruise.
Maybe not bigger fish, maybe another type of animal. The kind that will take the shit from their ass and mush it on the wall or even throw it at people. Maybe you should look at those kind of animals and see how closely related they are to the pieces of shit who do this dirty crap. There are some people who haven't evolved enough to be around other people. And if you've seen all these videos about how dirty Carnival Cruise Line ships are, what do you even care about commenting on this for? Because if they're that dirty, you wouldn't want to be there in the first place, right?
And I always said, like, when I go on a cruise with, like, me and my homegirls, like, without my kids, we're gonna go on Carnival because it seems like that's the party cruise. I don't bring my kids in, like, high volume areas. Like, I would take my kids on one of those, like, calmer cruises. Oh, yeah, but now Carnival won't be seeing me, baby. I'm good, love.
Well, stay off of Royal then.
I don't think
Exactly.
Carnival.
Who cares? Stay off of Carnival. But the problem is, once you and other black women see black women aren't going there anymore, oh, well, we gotta stop this. You even have some of your men thinking that way, which is wrong. You don't have the right to walk in somewhere and take over, which is what most of you feel like you have every right in the world to do. Oh, they stopped it to where we can't use our speakers. Shove your speakers up your fucking ass with no lube, and I hope you rip something and get hurt really bad. You don't have the right to force your shit down other people's throats. Stick your headphone in and listen to that while you're talking to your friend. Nope, everybody has to listen to what you want them to listen to. That's oppression. But no black person in the world will claim they oppress other people. They oppress black people as well. Get the fuck out of here.
Please don't
Yeah,
Royal
yeah,
Caribbean.
yeah.
This is an article from The Root. Shout out to Jason. He sent this over here. So says Carnival's new rules got black folks all in their feelings, but others say the cruise line is justified.
There has been a proliferation of people, like there's a whole industry of folks showing you how to smuggle drugs onto a cruise ship. Please understand. Look, I am a cruiser. Matter of fact, we're going on a cruise next week for Lady Dear Woke Christian's birthday. I love cruises. My wife just told me our status, and I love cruises. I will cruise before I travel somewhere.
Me too.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm a avid look. I'm trying to get the girl to go on a year-round cruise with me. I'm telling you, I love
Yes.
cruises.
Oh, you're serious.
I love cruises.
cruising. I'm with
How many
you.
times I gotta say it? Count how many times I said love it, and it's multiplied by 9. I love
Jason, I'm with
cruises.
you. I'm with you.
I'm on it. I'm about it. But please understand, you are out there in the middle of the sea. You don't want meth addicts wandering around the cruise ship.
No, no.
I mean, come on, you just don't want that. You just don't. And the fact that there's a whole cottage industry of people showing you how to smuggle drugs onto a cruise ship. Just think about that for a second. Did you hear what I said, that they're smuggling drugs onto cruise ships? Like, you do realize they will arrest your happy butt. They have morgues and they have brigs on the ship. They will arrest your happy butt, and they will leave you in Cancun. They will leave you in Jamaica, Aruba, Honduras, wherever. They will leave your butt there in jail for something stupid like this. And I'm trying to understand why, and this is where I really want to go. Why do black folk and me?
And then black people here, especially black women, will bitch they had no right to arrest them. But you did something wrong. You broke somebody's law, and now you're going to jail for it. Oh, no, that's not a law where I'm from. Probably is, but you don't want to follow it. And you go to another country, you should learn their basic laws. In Thailand, you're not allowed to litter. But I guarantee you, someone who's entitled will go there, throw litter all over the ground, and say, I dare you to do something to me. Then when it happens, you're going to want Trump or whatever government official to go there and speak on your behalf. Look what happened with Brittany Griner. Brittany Griner did whatever he wanted to. And we had to give up a bunch of bad guys to get that piece of shit back? You didn't know other countries have strict drug laws? Are you that stupid to think, well, if America allows it, they should all allow it? No. They have their own laws and their own way of doing things. You don't like it, stay the fuck away from their country.
Clam onto this stuff. Rap music, and all of a sudden, oh, they hate black people. Shut up. You sound stupid.
Yep, very.
Just because they say they don't want rap music, why are you all of a sudden clutching your pearls? White people like rap music. Asian people, Hispanic people. Have you heard Indian rap music? The dude up in New York had a rap career, Mandani. Other people rap. Stop it. You sound retarded. Stop it.
I think you make a grand point there, Jason. Whenever you say, on one hand, stop stereotyping, stop saying that we all like rap music, that we all like drugs, that we all like to do these things. But on the same hand, when it's taken away, say, no, this is ours. You're taking this away because of us, right? I'm upset about this. You're attacking.
Thank you. They just want a reason to open their mouths and still state the victim and everything. You're not a victim. And if you feel that way, that's of your own doing.
Back in the black community, you cannot have it both ways.
You can't.
Either be upset that you're being stereotyped and don't lean into it, or just shut up, right? And accept that we are part of that problem when we say, oh, no, you don't like black people because you're getting rid of rap music and you're getting rid of drugs. Come on. What message is
I mean, really, like, let that sink in. Hey, you can't have the devil's lettuce on the cruise ship. You hate black folk.
Yeah.
Here it says brawls, assaults, drunken fights, boots on the ground, and fans in hand. Just might have Carnival Cruise Line saying enough is enough, and some black passengers are returning the favor, canceling their existing reservation. That means they're losing
Felicia,
because you don't
Bye.
get that money back, or
You and that
canceling
bonnet.
the cruise
Goodbye.
line altogether. Canceling the cruise line altogether because they deem their new rules are racist. But some argue, are the new policies racist or just restrictive? Now, here's a couple of things. They say they're strict enforcement on drugs. Curfews, guests under 17 of 17 years of age must be out of public areas by 1 a.m. Boots on the ground, but leave the fans at home. No more hip hop. Limited, unlimited drink packages. We're going to get into that. No more Bluetooth speakers. Oh, that's a pet peeve of mine right there. I got a real issue with that there. Okay, so that's it. So I just wanted to throw that out there just so people know, what this is. Those Bluetooth speakers, man,
are annoying.
Horrible.
I was at the gym. I go to LA Fitness out here, and I finish my workout, and I walk into the locker room, and there's a youngin, in there. He got his music, and he's playing an artist that I'm not familiar with, but I mean, it's drill music, trap music, or
Little
something along those
somebody.
lines. And I mean, it's blasting all throughout the locker room. Now, mind you, y'all know I get up early, so I'm in the gym early. This is happening at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm wrapping up my workout, and the music is blasting all throughout the daggone locker room. And it's kill this, elf this, N-word this. And I mean, I live in a pretty diverse area, and there's everybody, in there. But I personally don't listen to that type of music. I personally don't. And I shouldn't be subject to it. If you want to listen to it, that's what those ear pods and stuff like that is for.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And of course, somebody goes and, tells the people in the gym that, hey, there's somebody blasting music in the locker room. Of course, somebody, one of the people that work at LA Fitness, they go in there and say, hey, you got to turn that off, man. You can't be in there. He gets an attitude, about it. He got an attitude.
Carmelo Anthony.
About it. He cut it off, but he got an attitude about it. And it's just like, man, What you want to listen to in your ear pods is your business. But
For sure.
when you have these Bluetooth speakers and you're just blasting it like we all want to hear your music, I mean, come on, man, show some respect, man.
Okay, Wise, I apologize because people about to get mad at me. The first thing I want to point out is a fact. The fact is between 60 and 70% of all hip hop music is consumed by white people. Period, point blank, full stop. Argue with the numbers in your mama.
70%. 70% of white people are the ones enjoying hip hop and rap. They're not complaining that this isn't allowed on the Carnival Cruise Line. Just like I'm sure they're not going to play Gwar. Go look up Gwar, Gwar. Go look up Princess Peng. Go look up The Great Cat. You know, and there are so many others. The Peppermint Creeps, I don't think they're going to allow on here, on Carnival Cruise Lines. And all music like that, I don't think they're going to allow. But nope, you dared say rap music and black people, especially black women, are all up in arms. No. Those cruises are for you to go relax and have fun. Now, if that's your idea of fun, having music that makes you act violent and hyper, take it somewhere else. Take it somewhere else. Come on. I would never go on a cruise ship with speakers to make sure everybody else heard my music. What I like is what I like, not everybody else. In my room, that's fine, but you also can't blast it to the point it disturbs the other passengers. This is just common sense. And I bet you tons of people who go on those cruise ships do not have common sense. They just don't have it. And here's proof. All 5 of these people have common sense. The chick that was on the first part of this video did not, because she's being oppressed. So you can listen to your favorite music everywhere but one place, and you're bitching? You're bitching. So you have, let's say, a million other choices, but the one choice you're gonna fight for? Let a cruise ship tell me they're not gonna play the golden oldies. I like the golden oldies. Okay, we're only gonna play glam rock. Okay, how long do I have to put up with that? And I like glam rock. That 80s and 90s hard rock. If it's just for while I'm sitting there eating, okay, then I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna go and do my own thing. On a cruise ship, they have other things for you to do rather than just shake your ass and twat all over the fucking place. And if there are kids there, why do kids have to see that sexual bullshit? It's ridiculous.
Don't come over here with it unless you want to, pull back enough. That's point one. Point number 2, I blame Carnival. I don't blame black people. I don't blame hip hop. And here's why I blame Carnival. It's not boots on the ground. It's not alcohol. It's not weed. What you're doing is marketing towards the lowest common denominator. And now, because of it, you're experiencing everything that comes from marketing to the lowest common denominator. And what I mean by that, before y'all.
There you go. Oh, but you're not allowed to call them lowest common denominator. Well, remember, black people are oppressed. They can't get good jobs. They can't get good money from jobs. They're paupers. Oh no, I got money. Then go to another cruise line and shut the fuck up. She said every video she sees of Carnival Cruise Lines, they look dirty, there's shit on the walls. And why did you ever go on Carnival? And she didn't say it like she only went once. If that stuff happened, the lowest common denominators, who are a lot like, a certain animal in the zoo that will take the shit from their ass and throw it at people, are the ones who did it. Now, that's not just black people. There are white people who would do that too. So they lowered their prices to make it easier for black people to come on, and what happened? Black women. Now, it's not all black women. It's not. There is no way it could be all. But just like with white people, with Asian people, with Hispanics, you have people who know how to conduct themselves properly, and you have people who do not know how to conduct themselves properly. They're putting up restrictions, and you're feeling oppressed by it. Out of all the other music out there that is considered black music, like R&B and whatever, you want the one thing they're saying no to, and you're gonna fight about it, you're gonna bitch about it, you're gonna put them down about it? Who's the oppressor?
Saying, oh, well, he sounds like a self-hating Negro. No. I love black people. I'm talking about the fact that those who have never experienced anything and want a nickel and dime and Frontier and Spirit Airlines and Southwest their way to the party on the big boat will do what's called last minute deals. And those last minute deals usually take place between 6 and 2 weeks before the cruise, because they would rather maximize occupancy in order to maximize profits. As a result, the brokies, the wannabes, those who will save up and make arrangements on their cell phone plan, their internet plan, and sometimes even their food bills to go see Beyonce while they wrap themselves in tinfoil, are the same type of ne'er-do-wells who are coming on these cruises and stomping and acting a fool. And quite frankly, if that's what you want, you got it. Where's an iceberg when you need it? So stop acting like you did not invite this mess.
Thank you.
Into your own house, Carnival Cruise Line. I'm looking at you because you don't see it on no region.
Royal has a bonnet and slides problem too.
You mean they started that now?
Royal Caribbean.
Yeah, oh yeah, they got a
one
bonnet
thing
and
I
slides.
appreciated about them, because I used to do cruises literally every year for Thanksgiving. Now,
every Christmas.
That's probably, I think that's probably because it was more expensive during that time. And I went every Thanksgiving, and there was none of that foolishness, which I was thankful.
What you guys got to understand is that it's not that the cruise prices have really come down. It's the fact that you have all of these ways to pay for cruises now. You got to think about it. You got Klarna, and you got all these different, pay as you go, or you can almost. I mean, think about this. You got people using Klarna for DoorDash. Like you can finance your DoorDash order, your $30 DoorDash. Yo,
who's going into debt over McDonald's right now?
You know who it is.
That's my point. So if you're allowing that as a payment option, and I'm not saying you're fighting on this wise, but if you're allowing that as a payment option, then there's a barrier to entry.
Klarma.
Like,
I'm done.
They have
you're treating it like layaway. You deserve everything you get, and I'm standing 10 toes down on that.
Wait,
Okay, hold on, wait.
But the thing is that I think there's a lot of places that there's a lot of I mean, you got to understand that there's this Klarna, these you know, what do you call them? Pay as you go sites. No, what do you call those places? Whatever they are. You have people financing things like DoorDash and Uber rides and things of that nature. They've allowed this to happen. Yeah. This is a real thing.
I gotta jump in. You've always been able to lay away cruises. When you go down to the next cruise and schedule your cruise and you pay $50 and you get $300 cruise credit toward this cruise or whatever, you've always been able to lay away. The problem is apparently they've expanded it to the EBT community, and therein is the rub. They need to reduce that option and bring it back. Because again, I've never heard of this before. I just pulled it up like, you got to be kidding me. I didn't know you could do that. So they've created. I got to agree with Dave. They've created this problem because they've always been the Walmart of the seas. That's always been true.
The spirit of the seas, the spirit cruise line.
I didn't give it the spirit of the seas or the frontier of the seas. No, let's not do other seas because Royal Caribbean uses other seas.
But Jason, but they were always the party cruise. That's the one thing
that's true. No problem there.
Because I was like I said.
But partying doesn't mean acting like a fool, starting fights, disturbing the other passengers. That's not what it means. And a lot of times, people, even white people, will see people sitting there enjoying themselves and they gotta go ruin it for them. There are people like that, and that's a problem. It's not just black people, but the problem is things are all recorded now. So even the owners of the cruise ship line are seeing all these videos and they're like, what the hell is going on down there? It's like Armageddon. And they see in other videos like that one from that store. A song came on, the women started acting like hooas. That wasn't the place for that, but they acted like they could not control themselves because the song came on and they just had to go and they were turned on and they were. So this is what's happening. If I had a barbecue yesterday in my yard and I invited people, my son invited people, anyone who started acting like who are pieces of shit, male or female, gone. I don't care if it's my friends or my son's friends, you're gone. But a lot of people don't like that. You're not allowed to do it. You're oppressing them. You're ruining their good time. If your good time comes at the expense of someone else's, you need to go. You don't need to be around people.
An avid Royal Caribbean. I actually went on my first celebrity like 2 years ago, which was I ain't even gonna talk about that. But I was always a Royal Caribbean. But then when my friends wanted to get together and we wanted to have fun and it was like no holds bar, we went to Carnival. That was what it was. But it wasn't 2025 version of Carnival. I agree with the 17, the curfew for the 17-year-old. I want to say that I definitely agree with the curfew because the thing is, why there's nothing good for them at that hour tonight. They need to be in there. They need to be in bed at that point because under normal circumstances, it's not good for them at that hour of the night. So they need to go. They need to be shut down and be all out of the way. Let's just be.
But a lot of those 17-year-olds have kids. They've had sex. They've done a whole bunch of grown up shit. And they don't want to be locked in their room 1 o'clock in the morning. They want to go out and have fun all night long. No, you can't. It's grown up time now. Well, I'm a grown up. So then, if you say you can't have kids on the cruise ship, people are going to be complaining about that. Not that the cruise ship, the other passengers, the workers on the cruise ship have gone through so much bullshit, they're trying to stop the bullshit. Nope, you should let people come on and destroy everything. And then they won't even pay for what they destroyed. Who would want that? I sure wouldn't.
Again, to do all the things that they think they can do because I'm free. I'm 7. I'm almost a grown up, so I want to do everything. They'll sneak into the clubs and all those other things.
And let me also just add to defend Carnival, even though I agree that they create a lot of these problems themselves. If somebody's drunk, if somebody's inebriated, if somebody gets into a fight and something negative happens, you know who's going to be accountable for that.
Their liability
No,
insurance.
it's
Right.
yeah.
Well, but it's still going to be Carnival. But you know who they're going to post? They're going to put them out on the blast. They ain't going to say, Dear World Christian smuggled, a fifth of gin on the ship. No, it's going to be Carnival Cruise customer XYZ ABC. So they are covering their bases. And again, I just, this Klarna thing needs to go away.
Exactly, on both counts. How the fuck do you have that kind of layaway for a cruise? Layaway was always things were held for you. You pay them off, and that's when you get what you pay for. And how many people will treat these things like the student loans? Oh, I had no intention of paying that anyway. So, because of this bullshit, the cruise line could be shut down just for all the damage people cause. And a lot of people, like that woman at the beginning of this video, would say, well, good, because they're racist. No. Entitled pieces of shit, they think they can come on and do whatever the fuck they want, when they want, however they want, and everybody else has to take accountability for it, not them.
Whatever it's called, that needs to go away. That needs to be done away with.
The boots on the ground situation. I know it's a new phenomenon. I'm not a big fan, of it, but I know the people that love the line dances, and I don't mind getting out there doing a line dance. I don't know how to do that particular dance because it's new, and I'm not out and about. But the whole fan clacking thing, they said that it's a safety hazard. That's what they're saying, that it could be a hazard to the safety of other passengers or whatever by these fans. The word is that they're not going to ban this.
Okay, boots on the ground, line dancing. A Taylor Swift concert caused the seismographs to register an earthquake once. So, okay, ban line dancing. Line dancing, as far as I know, is a fairly new phenomenon. I mean, it started in the 80s. I get it. The 80s was 40 years ago. But I wasn't hearing about line dancing in the 70s, and I guarantee my parents didn't hear about it in the 50s and 60s. So you have to ban that for safety concerns? Ban it. Go ahead. And if people knew how to conduct themselves, you wouldn't have to ban the rap and hip hop music.
The song, they're just banning the fans. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? So some of this stuff is just out of, it's just, I guess just protect
because
themselves, right?
because
But
why
then,
they will hit because I could already see it right now. I could see it. Everybody get on the floor to do boots on the ground. Everybody excited. Everybody, they have liquor in their system. The devil's like whatever they got in their system, and they go to twirling, and everybody wants to outdo everybody, and they go to sting that fan, and they pop somebody in the head, and then that person get mad.
Next thing you know, a
You
brawl.
hit
Yeah.
me,
Yep.
and it turns into a whole entire brawl. So yes, put the fans down because these people they get real extra with that fan. It's not just a simple,
Yep.
open up the fan. They're like doing the most with it. So
and,
yeah,
and please
Yeah.
keep in mind though, and again, this is Carnival's fault. So this is you brought this upon yourself, Carnival. The cruise is supposed to be a little less stressful, a little less.
hmm
I'm there to relax. Sure, the ports of call are there as part of the adventure as well, but the ship itself, I love being on the ship, and we enjoy that. So the ship itself. So please understand, a lot of these antics, the speaker, the if you've ever seen any of these videos, it is totally. I was like, man, there's no way out. If I'd have saw that many people getting on the ship like that, I would have gone ahead and just asked for my refund right then at the port. I'd have been like, you know what, I'm going to take this L, baby. I'm out of here. But my point is, Carnival is forgetting. Sure, you can call yourself the party cruise if you want to. The problem is you've called yourself the party cruise, and this is what the party brings. So you might want to dial that back a little bit. Maybe like the less party. Maybe we're like the over 40 party or something. We in the bed by 9 o'clock kind of party cruise. But don't push yourself out there as we just the party cruise for the teenagers and the young 20s, and then be surprised when you get teenagers and young 20s behaving like this. Just
Yeah.
just stop.
Is there
There
has
you
there
go.
been an uptick of fights and brawls, on these? I mean, I know we're seeing it online, but has there been an uptick of these antics, or has it always been the case?
I think it has been, and I say that because, like I said, I am almost like Jason. I may be a professional cruiser. I spent a lot of time cruising. Instead of making Thanksgiving dinner, the family said all of us just pack up and go on a cruise. That's what we did. So
That's it.
I'm
How we
used to
solve
cruising.
problems.
And on the cruise, it's usually just a good old. I don't ever remember seeing fights, and like every time I turn around, there's a fight, and I'm like, "What is happening?" People usually on the cruises that I've been on, we come off exchanging numbers with people that we met on the cruise ship. Oh, you're in this city. Oh, I'm in like. It's a camaraderie. It's not a we about to fight everybody on the ship. I'm not used. I'm not used to that. So when I'm seeing that and I'm like, what is happening on these ships? Where's this behavior coming from? And mind you, this is both on for me, this is both Royal Caribbean, Carnival, and Celebrity. That was the experience that I've had. I'm not used to seeing that type of behavior. So it's just crazy to me that you're seeing this so much more. And again, I appreciate the rules that they have set in because it's necessary and they're taking precaution for their own sake because right now Carnival is looking kind of bad. So
It's not that just their own sake, it's for all the passengers too, even the ones who are causing the problems. Because if they get hurt, they're going to want to sue. They're going to want a quick payday for a problem they caused. And people have this fear of being called racist. Fuck you. Racism is used as a crutch now. And that crutch needs to be broken over some people's heads. You even have white people saying, oh, it's because I'm white. No, bitch, it's because of what you did. But people are so afraid of that. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on. Does racism exist? Yes. Was it really far down? Yes, because if it wasn't, no white person would like a black person and vice versa. But there has been a whole shitload of brainwashing going on. Black people are getting the short end of the stick. No, they're not. Are there places where racism exists to where somebody might not give a black person a job? I'm sure there is. But you don't need assholes like Jasmine Crockett saying, hire me because I'm black. With that kind of attitude, I would have said to her, get out. We're not playing no racist bullshit games here. If you're qualified, you're qualified. I don't see any qualifications here. And with what you just said, you're going to start shit. Oh, well, that's a white person being racist. Well, then fine. Fuck you. How many black people have come into my house and acted like who the fuck they were? You're not in your home. You're in my home. Show me some moniker of respect. Nope. I'm white, so right then and there, that disrespects them. Then get the fuck out of my house. Nobody asked you specifically to come here anyway. Oh no, that's racist too. Fuck you. And black people want this race war so bad. If if black people really are only 13% of the population, you're going to lose that race war. Because there are tons of black people who don't like the bullshit that their own people are pulling. So, how well do you think that war is going to go? Think about it. Do you want to lose a family member because of this bullshit? And it might be someone who looks like you who took out your family member. It's bullshit.
They're
Also,
definitely the spirit in Walmart.
And who started slavery in America? A black man. Who ended slavery in America? A white man. Fuck you.
Of cruises.
You
And
know,
then like
but
you will see less of and I hate to say, but you see less of the problematic people, as I would call it, on the European cruises, the Alaskan cruises. Like there are less of those people now. When you're going down to we going down to the Bahamas, you'll see a whole bunch of them on the cruise ships because again, that's a cheaper cruise. It's short, and they're about to turn up in the Bahamas when they get down. So it's like a quick turnaround, and that's you get the people who will use Klarna to pay for their cruise. I'm just saying.
Again, cheap always attracts the worst. Have you ever heard somebody say, "Listen, I can't wait to fly Spirit again"? That does not happen. Nobody goes,
no.
you know what? That gas station sushi I got, chef's kiss. It does not happen. Cheap
Yeah,
always
true.
attracts the lowest common denominator. So now what they're doing is what we call damage control. And they're trying to make it seem like we're going to put this situation right, but you can't because now you've already squeezed the toothpaste. It's all over the sink, and nobody's going to put their brush in that because you wash your face in that sink. No, we good.
I do think it's salvageable.
I mean, the thing is that people say it's racist, right? But
Well,
I
that's
didn't.
just
I
silly.
mean,
That's
when I
just
was on
kindergarten
when I was on the cruise, I didn't hear I didn't hear death metal music. And we only went to the club one night
Thank
because the
you.
one night that we did go, I don't even want to get into what I saw, but it
Why
was
is it in the
it
club?
was so
Why is it
ratchet.
in
My
the
wife was
club,
like,
y'all?
He
my,
sure
my
is.
wife was like, we out of here. No, it was really really ratchet what we saw. And we pretty much just got up out of there after that. And we didn't go back to the club after that. Again, I was in the Navy. I've been on a plethora of cruises. You know what I'm saying? I did this. But when I go on vacation, I don't want to be packed in sardine like, with a bunch of people. I like to be able to get away.
But
It
Wise,
was a
I wanted
lot.
to point out something. There are clubs for specific requirement for specific music. So I remember going on Royal Caribbean, Carnival, even when I was on Celebrity, they had different clubs for
Mhm.
different music. So if you wanted to hear Metallica and all, there was clubs for that. You just had to
Oh,
find that right club. So there's the club for if you like reggaeton,
Jazz. Yeah,
jazz. There
all
was
that.
jazz,
Yeah, there's
reggaeton. There was all
oh,
those
I didn't know
different
that.
types of things. So if they're saying they're banning rap music, that's because probably the room, the club that had the rap music was problematic because everyone on
Thank
the
you.
cruises, they all have rooms for everything that you desire.
yeah. Just I mean, and to build off of that point, that's why I think the young lady's TikTok was disingenuous. She makes it sound like again, there are literally 10, maybe even 12 clubs on the ship. You mean to tell me? So to the point you're saying, maybe the club that played rap music is problematic. That might be it. Maybe they
And
play rap music only at 8 o'clock in the morning. I don't know. But
and
but
she was
again, like that's just silliness.
no, Jason, she was disingenuous because I think the one part that made me roll my eyes was when she said, "I've never been on a cruise." Then why are you talking?
Right.
Then
And you
why are
talk
you
about
even in
it's
this
ghetto, and I'm
conversation?
looking at you.
She said the same thing, and then she turned around in the next breath and said she's been on them. Um, what are you doing?
Exactly.
With your bat
Not
wings,
it.
with your spider lashes.
Right. And
Like
then
I'm
like,
confused.
who told them? Okay, I'm sorry. Forgive me, because this is
Why
not
I
gonna
feel
be
like you
popular.
about to say something
No, go
crazy,
ahead.
Dave. I'm
We're already
He
here
might need
now.
a big
Go
screen.
ahead.
He might need a big screen.
He said, "I'm sorry. I already feel it."
Put him on big screen so
Okay,
he can get in trouble.
I gotta get this off. It's okay now. Who told her that lace front that looked like a Saturday morning kung fu theater situation that looks like she's about to avenge her master whenever she gets up off her couch? Who told her to talk about anything that has anything to do with this? This is absolutely ridiculous. And then she's like, "Yeah, you sit up there and we're gonna do that. And why are you letting them ban rap music? And you doing this and you doing that? And blah, 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 blah." First of all,
You the
what
reason we
color was
banning
that?
it.
What color was that? Is that found in nature, or did you get that from trolls? I'm just trying to understand what wig shop you got that from, so anybody I know can stay far away from it. But Bo, you the last one to talk about anything ghetto, okay? Because you ain't doing nobody no favors. You are not representing black people in a good way, but you are representing something in a good way. It starts with rat and ends with shit. Okay, thank you.
But I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe, turn the notifications on to all so you never miss an upload. Join us Monday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for ARP in the morning. Come check us out. It's one of the best chats, one of the livest shows out there. If it's your first time, let me know so we can properly welcome you into the show. Hey, support the channel financially. I appreciate everybody that does. Join the ARP family, or you can buy your brother a coffee. That link's in the description box below. Keep God first. Stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you all next time. Peace.
And there you go. On to the next video.